If you're collecting Social Security and you're still working, even part-time, even a side gig, stop what you're doing and watch this. The Social Security Administration just confirmed the 2026 earnings limit is $24,480. If you make even $1 over that number, the SSA will take back $1 for every $2 you earn above the limit. That can be $10,000, $15,000, even $20,000 clawed back from your check this year. And here's the worst part. Most seniors don't find out they've crossed the line until SSA sends them an overpayment letter demanding the money back. Stay with me. I'll show you exactly how the earnings test works, the 3 huge exceptions almost nobody talks about, and the legal strategies to keep every dollar you earn. Let me tell you about Frank. Frank is 64 years old. He started collecting Social Security 2 years ago, about $1,950 a month. After his wife passed last year, he got bored sitting at home. So he took a part-time job at the local hardware store. He liked the people. He liked the routine. It got him out of the house. Frank worked about 32 hours a week at $18 an hour. He figured out that came to about $29,000 a year. He didn't think anything of it. He'd paid into Social Security his whole life. The money was his. Why would working at a hardware store affect his check? In March, Frank opened a letter from SSA. It said he had been overpaid by approximately $4,500 last year because his earnings exceeded the annual limit. Starting next month, they were going to take 50% of his Social Security check until it was paid back. Frank's $1,950 monthly check became $975. He couldn't make rent. He had to quit the hardware store he loved. And the worst part, nobody at SSA ever warned him this would happen when he started the job. Frank is one of thousands of working seniors trapped by what's called the Social Security earnings test. And the 2026 numbers just came out. So let me explain exactly how this works. Here's the rule. If you are collecting Social Security and you are under your full retirement age, that's age 67 for most people listening to this, and you continue to work, there's an annual earnings limit. For 2026, that limit is $24,480. If you earn more than $24,480 in wages or self-employment income during a year you're collecting benefits, the Social Security Administration will withhold $1 in benefits for every $2 you earn above the limit. Let me say that more simply. If you go $10,000 over the limit, SSA takes back $5,000 of your Social Security. If you go $20,000 over, they take back $10,000. Now there's a slightly different rule in the year you actually reach your full retirement age. In that year, the limit is much higher. $65,160 for 2026. And the penalty is also softer. $1 withheld for every $3 you earn above the limit. And once you actually hit your full retirement age, the earnings test disappears completely. You can earn $1 million a year and your Social Security is not affected. The trap only catches people who start collecting before full retirement age and keep working. So who is most at risk? Listen carefully. You're at risk if you started Social Security at 62, 63, 64, 65, or 66 and you still work. You're at risk if you took retirement during the pandemic and you've gone back to part-time work. You're at risk if you have a side gig, driving Uber, Etsy shop, consulting, freelancing, that earns more than $24,480 a year. You're at risk if you're a small business owner still drawing income. And you're at extremely high risk if you started benefits early and got promoted at work, took on more hours, or got a raise. Now here's the math most seniors don't understand. SSA doesn't take your overpayment all at once when you go over the limit. They wait until the next year. Then they review your earnings. Then they calculate how much you owe. Then they send you a letter. Then they start withholding from your check. By the time the letter arrives, you've often spent the money. That's how Frank ended up in a hole. He earned the money, spent it on rent and groceries, and then got hit with a bill he couldn't pay. But here's the good news, and this is the part nobody tells you. There are 3 huge exceptions to the earnings test that can save you thousands. Exception number 1, only earned income counts. This is enormous. The earnings test only applies to wages from a job and net income from self-employment. It does not apply to pension income. It does not apply to 401k or IRA withdrawals. It does not apply to dividends, interest, rental income, or capital gains. So if you have $50,000 in pension income and $20,000 in IRA withdrawals and $15,000 in dividends, none of that counts toward the $24,480 limit. The limit only counts the W-2 wages and net self-employment income you actively earn through working. This means you can have a very comfortable retirement income from investments and still work part-time within the limit. Most seniors don't know this, and they panic when they shouldn't. Exception number 2. The money is not actually lost. Here's the part SSA buries in the fine print. When the earnings test takes money from your check, that money is not gone forever. The Social Security Administration recalculates your benefit at full retirement age and credits you back for every month they withheld. So if SSA withheld 6 months of benefits between age 64 and 67, when you hit full retirement age, your monthly check is permanently increased to make up for those withheld months. Over a 20-year retirement, most seniors recover roughly the same amount of money. The earnings test feels like a penalty, but it's really more like forced delayed payment. This doesn't help Frank with his rent today, but it's important context. Exception number 3. There's a special first-year rule. If you start Social Security mid-year and you earn more than $24,480 in the months before you started benefits, those pre-benefit earnings do not count. SSA uses a monthly earnings test for the first calendar year, where the limit is $2,040 per month, applied only to months after you started benefits. This means if you retired in July, the months January through June don't count toward your earnings test, even if you earned a lot. Many seniors don't realize this and miss out on the protection. So what should you do this week if you're working while collecting Social Security? Step 1. Add up your projected earnings for 2026. Include all W-2 wages from any job. Include net self-employment income. Do not include pensions, IRA withdrawals, dividends, or interest. If your earned income will exceed $24,480, you may face withholding. Step 2. If you're going to exceed the limit, you have options. Option A. Reduce your work hours to stay under the limit. Option B. Accept that benefits will be withheld and prepare financially for the gap. Option C. Pause your Social Security entirely until full retirement age. There's actually a process to withdraw your application or suspend benefits. Step 3. Report your expected earnings to SSA proactively. Go to ssa.gov and log into your My Social Security account, or call them at 1-800-772-1213. Tell them your expected annual earnings. They will adjust your benefit going forward, which prevents the dreaded overpayment letter later. Proactive reporting is so much better than getting hit with a clawback notice. Step 4. If you've already gotten an overpayment notice, you have options. File the SSA 561 to request reconsideration if you think the amount is wrong. File the SSA 632 to request a waiver if it wasn't your fault. File the SSA 634 to request a lower repayment rate based on hardship. I walk through these in detail in my recent video on the 50% clawback rule. Link is in the description. Step 5. Consider whether you should have started benefits when you did. If you started at 62 and you're still working full-time at 64, you may have made a mistake. There's actually a one-time option called withdrawal of application. File Form SSA 521 within 12 months of starting benefits. Repay everything you received, and reset as if you never claimed. Then claim at a higher age with a bigger monthly check for life. This is a powerful move that very few seniors know about. Let me also mention something important about the timing. If you cross the earnings threshold in 2026, you generally won't hear about it until 2027, when SSA processes the prior year's W-2 and tax data. So you have time right now to plan, run the numbers, have a conversation with your spouse, make adjustments before December 31. Now here's the bigger picture. The earnings test exists because Social Security was originally designed for people who fully retire. The system assumed that if you were collecting benefits, you weren't working. Modern retirement is different. Many seniors work part-time well into their 70s, sometimes for the money, sometimes for the social connection, sometimes just because they enjoy it. The earnings test punishes that choice. Congress could fix this by raising the threshold or eliminating the test entirely before full retirement age. Until they do, you have to play by the rules as they exist. And the rules say $24,480 in 2026. If this video helped you, do three things. Hit that like button. It pushes this to other working seniors who have no idea they're about to get hit with a clawback. Subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the follow-up where I walk through Form SSA 521, the one-time withdrawal of application, line by line. And share this with one person today who's still working and collecting Social Security. They probably don't know about the $24,480 trap. Your share could save them thousands. You earned every dollar of your Social Security. You also earned every dollar of your paycheck. The rules are complicated, but you don't have to be trapped by them. Know the limit. Plan ahead. Use the exceptions. Protect your check. I'll see you in the next one.